Alright, today I wanted to do a little bit of a different video. Kind of talking a little bit about my personal stuff, what's been currently going on, especially because I got a lot of comments about the last video, and a lot of messages. So, something that recently happened is that New Year's I decided to post on Facebook, wish everybody Happy New Year, and then I actually contacted a lot of people on my Facebook's friends list or from the people that commented on there, just to get in touch again with some old friends, some people that I haven't talked to in a while. And long story short, there's this one friend who I've been talking to for a couple weeks now, pretty much since then. Um, and that's been really refreshing. And she was someone that I used to have a little bit of a crush on in high school. And today, like, our relationship, since we started talking, was totally friendship and everything was great. And the feelings of like romance and stuff were totally not there anymore. But today, something extra interesting happened. And that's kind of what I want to share with you today. And I hope it gives you guys some perspective on some of these things as well. So, what happened today was that I just started to think about what it would have been like, or what it would be like if I could, go back in time and relive my high school years. How would that have changed things? Because I know her better now, for example. So would I, for example, have gone for it? Would I have tried to date her? What would have happened then? And the more I thought about that, the more I realized how grateful I am that things have turned out the way they did. Because for this particular example, we were both so different in high school. Um, Even had I gone for it, I doubt we would have had the friendship we're starting to develop now. And it's just on a completely different level because we're both more experienced in life, both know more stuff, and both just have more, just overall more experience in what life really is like. And as I was thinking about that, I thought about all the other things that I wanted to change. Like when I thought back, when I thought a year ago, and I thought back um, to my high school time or to other times in my life, and what all I wished to change. And then the more I thought about these things, the more I thought about the women I didn't date, the more I thought about the opportunities I missed, the more I thought about the classes I didn't attend and the things I didn't study, the more I understood and the more I felt grateful for how things turned out anyway, and who who that all turned me into, and much more what how I can now interact with life. And to be honest, I still don't know if everything will work out okay. I don't know if my business will work out. I don't know if I'll find a partner, a life partner. I don't know. I don't know about all of these things. But what I do know is that going at it now with my knowledge is only possible because of the way things went, for better or for worse. And not all of them were great. And at this point, I'm just so, so happy about whatever happened. And I know this moment won't last forever. I know I'll probably go back in a week or a month or a year from now and just start, regretting again and looking back. But I just want to kind of hold this moment right now a little bit. And I want to share this with you and want to maybe, I guess, inspire you to think the same thing or to think about these things as well. Um, I made a choice this New Year's to talk to some of the other people and reconnect and kind of like re, uh, yeah, kind of rekindle some of these old relationships, even if they don't turn into anything. The point was just to see who wanted to talk. And by turn into anything, I mean friendships, not relationships. But not many people responded, which is totally fine. But everyone that did respond was just so it was just so nice to talk to them again. And that also made me think that it's just not too late. Just because you haven't talked to someone in 10 years, I didn't talk to anyone in at least 10 years that I've interacted with since then. And um, it's just never too late for those things either. But I want you to understand that at the top of everything else, or at the bottom of everything else, at the core of this message, of this video today, um, one, you are who you are because of what you've been through. Now that some aspects may be good, some aspects may be bad, but whatever is good, hold on to that. Because you would be a completely different person, maybe better, but probably worse in some aspects too, had you not lived through those experiences. At that point, in that way, everything that happened was to make you who you are today. Point number two, if you don't like who that is, if you don't appreciate it, if you don't feel good about that, then change it. It's not too late. I was never really strong. I've been working out consistently for 3 months now, and I'm really proud of my body progress. I won't show that here, at least not now, but I'm really proud of that. I'm also really proud of that I went out and messaged these people because that's something I didn't do for 10 years. I'm also proud that I'm making videos now because I struggled with that, which is why there was this long, long hiatus. It's never too late, but the big thing is you have to accept things first. You have to become appreciative of what you have. And I know you've heard this before, but it's so important that you get to that level first. That you just get to a point where you're saying, wow, I'm okay. At least at that level. If you can go beyond that and say, wow, I'm great, or I'm amazing, or everything is fantastic, awesome. Go for that. But if not, then at least go, you know what, I am okay. And the person I'm turned into is okay. Because you've learned so much. You're so different from who you used to be. Don't just look, when you look back, don't just look at the things that could have been better. Look also at the things that could have been worse. I guarantee you, had I gone for this girl back in high school, this friendship that's not developing would have never developed. And I guarantee you that some other friendships that did develop because I went for it would not have developed otherwise. And had I, you know, asked someone else to come to my birthday party, that would have maybe been a whole mess. There's so many ways that this could just have gone horribly, horribly wrong and left such a different impact on me. And then the same is true for you. Of course, some things that happen hurt. Of course, some things you wish you could change. Of course, some things weren't that great. But they happened the way they did. And as much as you wish you could have changed them again, you can't. And that's okay. Take those things and look at the bright side of them, because there's that side to them too. There's a there's a reason you did what you did in that moment. Don't lose the lesson here. Don't, when something was painful, when you've made a mistake, when you lose that person that's close to you, or when you lose that opportunity, learn from that. Appreciate that you've tried. Accept that this is where you that is the choice that you've made. And then if you don't like the outcome, make a better one next time. But don't try to wish for a life that cannot be anymore. It would not turn out the way you think it would. I can promise you that. Whatever it is you wish, whether you wish you would have invested in Facebook stocks when they were still very low so you could be rich now, your life would not be the same. Now, if you're out there and thinking that's the whole point, you don't want this life to be the same, I get that. I mean, if you just look at the last video, I was pretty much there too. But when you think that way, don't leave it there. Go into that feeling, go into that thought, and then make a change. However small it is. Change something then. Accept that, you're not where you want to be. Accept that you don't have what you want to have. Accept that you aren't together with who you want to be together with. And some things you can't change anymore. Like they're, if they're happily married, that's not something you can change right now. But that's not the lesson. The lesson is the next time you go for it, that you don't give up, that you don't miss the opportunity. And then when you keep living that way, you become a lot more accepting of who you are as well. There's so much to your life. There's so much that happened. There's so many mistakes you made and so many great decisions you've made. Learn from each and every one of them, no matter how amazing or painful they were. And then if something still bugs you to this day, do something with it. It bugged me that I hadn't talked to my friends for a decade. That was way too long. Now I reached out. And again, I did not get many responses. Out of the 600 people I've added on Facebook, about 30 responded, and out of those, I got into contact with 3 of them. So it's not like this, you can't force all of these things, but you can make an effort. You never know what will happen. So I guess that was a longer point too. And point 3, I guess, with all of what I've just said, is be honest with yourself. If you feel you're missing something, or feel you missed an opportunity, or feel that there's something more to do, be honest enough to accept that. Don't look away from it. Take it in. Really take that in, and then do something with that. I feel very grateful for my younger self. I feel very grateful that I made the mistakes I made, that I was this awkward little teenager that I was super shy and very much the stereotypical nice guy, and aka not nice at all. Um, because every one of those things that I did, all the positives and all the negatives, helped me grow so much more today. And I think everyone who was in my life to get me here. And I thank you guys too. I thank all the people that messaged me after my more negative video of the last one and said, they'd be there for support. I got quite a few, and I really appreciate that. Um, I would not have gotten that way if I hadn't been vulnerable that day. And I really appreciate the views so far and the likes and everything for those who follow me on Quora Medium, just everything you've done as well. And I guarantee you I'll appreciate every negative comment that comes in the future too. I guess bottom line here at the end is I don't know what'll happen going forward. Um, but today, just today, things are pretty good. And hopefully that'll stay a lot while longer, and if it won't, I'll make an effort to change that. But today things are good. And I hope you can see that too. Today is a good day. For everything that's worth, for everything that you've done. Today can be a good day. And maybe tomorrow can be as well. Thanks for watching.